I finally got around to watching one of Netflix's newer documentaries, Maternal Instinct, and it was something. I remember hearing a little bit about this case a couple years ago, but I never followed up on it until now. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Maternal Instinct is about a woman named Taylor Parker who fakes her pregnancy for nearly 10 months, lying to friends, family, and even her partner Wade. She would buy fake stomachs to put on to look like her stomach was getting bigger. And she would use fake ultrasound photos, and she altered a pregnancy test. She did all of this crazy shit. And the kicker of it is she had gotten a hysterectomy years ago, but friends who had known about this were no longer in contact with her. And the hospital where this procedure was done legally cannot say anything. They can only watch from the sidelines and see what happens. Future Gabby here, just coming in to add. I guess there was later some debate with the doctor's office that performed the hysterectomy on Taylor. In the documentary, they interviewed Dr. Christopher Mason, who performed the procedure. And he said that because of HIPAA laws, they were unable to warn or report anything to the police because faking a pregnancy isn't technically illegal. It's just shitty. He also said in the documentary that they performed a Code Pink, which is a security protocol commonly used to respond to infant abductions or attempts. But also from what I'm reading, it says under HIPAA, providers can disclose private health information if they believe doing so could help prevent a serious and immediate threat to someone's health or safety. However, the law does not require them to make that disclosure. So there was some debate on the fact that the doctor's office could have reported this and possibly saved Reagan and her baby's life. Let me know your thoughts on that. Future Gabby signing off. Her friends, though, her old friends, I feel like could have stepped up because they said they saw where she was posting stuff on Facebook about this pregnancy, knowing full well that it was bullshit, and never said anything. Ultimately, rather than continuing the lie and then just saying she miscarried or even just being honest about the whole thing, Taylor takes it to a whole other extreme. On October 9th of 2020, Taylor broke into the home of her friend, Reagan Hancock, who was actually pregnant, and murdered her. After ending Reagan's life, she then cuts out Reagan's unborn baby and then rushes to the hospital, being pulled over by police, where she tells them that she had given birth in her car and was on the way to the hospital.
I had my baby and I'm trying to get to Idabel Hospital.
Idabel?
Yeah, my husband's up there.
Why aren't you going to St. Michael's or somewhere?
We're going to Idabel. It's where my doctor is. I need to get up there.
Man, I need to call LifeNet or something like that. I can't let you drive. Let me get LifeNet on the way.
She's not breathing.
After getting to the hospital, doctors quickly prove that she is full of shit.
Let's see. So we're going to check you, huh? All right. Well, let me have them set you up then, where I can see what I'm doing. All right. It surely doesn't look like a baby came out of there. It doesn't look like she had a baby.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay.
Does not look like she had a baby there. On there. Ready.
Unfortunately, the baby didn't survive and passed away in the hospital, I believe. Parker is now sitting on death row where she awaits her day of execution, as she should. Another crazy thing is one of her old friends in the documentary talks about how she was pregnant at one point in time, and Taylor was incredibly obsessed, creepily obsessed with this friend's pregnancy. And wanted to be deeply involved. And that's kind of what caused them to end that relationship. And people speculate that had she not done that, maybe she would have been Taylor's victim. People are terrifying. This is why I like animals more. This documentary made me wonder just how often this sort of thing happens. And the results, again, remind me why I don't like people asking in my box. Since 1974, there have been 24 fetal abduction cases reported, which those are just the documented cases. I can't imagine how many are out there that we don't even know about. In 2004, 23-year-old Bobby Joe Stinnett, I hope I said that right. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong, was attacked and ultimately murdered by Lisa Montgomery. Afterwards, Montgomery cut into the abdomen of Bobby Joe, who at the time was 8 months pregnant, removing the baby and claiming it as her own to family and friends. Thankfully, she was quickly detained and the baby did survive and was returned to her father. Lisa Montgomery was found guilty of murder and child abduction and was eventually put to death by lethal injection in 2021. In 2015, 26-year-old Michelle Wilkins, who at the time was 7 months pregnant, was responding to a listing for maternal clothing for sale on Craigslist, posted by 35-year-old Dynel Lane. Unfortunately, this was a fake listing, and Wilkins was lured into Lane's home and attacked. Just like Taylor Parker, Lane was telling all of her friends and her family that she was pregnant, sharing ultrasound photos, and had a baby bump, and was committed to the lie. After attacking Michelle, Lane cut out Michelle's unborn baby, who unfortunately did not survive. Miraculously, though, Michelle did survive and was able to call 911, where she was rescued. Dynel Lane was quickly apprehended and is now serving 100 years in prison. And that's just a few of the cases that were actually documented. I can't imagine how often this has and is continuing to happen. And we'll just never even know about it. It's a scary world out there, so be safe. This video seems a little different because I was going to just make this a short originally, but then I kind of got a little bit more invested. So I know it's not as long and not as much detail as I would have liked. I might go back and do another video on this, but it was just a little bit too long to be a short. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.